think I like to use an analogy. Like, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in Harry Potter, there's like a room of requirement, and it's where Harry Potter goes when he needs help for helping Dumbledore, right? But I look at nature as like a room of requirement. Like, when you go out there, it's a very personal experience. It gives that person what they need. So maybe one day you and I go out hiking and I need to see beautiful birds, and you might see mushrooms, but it's still seeing what you need to sort of ground,
That is so good. And that's like in life, and I think that's something big in relationships, is understanding everybody needs something different within a relationship.
Right.
What's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. Today I have the distinct pleasure of sitting here with my dear friend Kashayla Unis. Kashayla, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I'm very excited for you to be here. I'm very excited to have this conversation with you. So before we get started and get into the why you show up or how you show up, can you give the audience just tell them a little bit about yourself, whatever it is that you'd like to share about you?
Okay. Well, my name is Kashayla. I'm a native of Florida originally. I currently live in Denver, Colorado. I'm an Army veteran. I served on active duty for 1 year, for 5.5 years, which is when I met Derek during that time. I'm no longer in the military, so I'm a veteran now, and I am currently in law school. Woo-hoo. And I am hoping to practice veterans law.
Yes, that's great. I often tell you I'm very excited about you being in law school. I get blown away by the intelligence of many of my friends. I'm just a regular person, but I have a lot of friends that's doing a lot of big things. So I'm very excited about you with law school and your passion to make sure veterans are taken care of. So that's exciting. It's been a grind, but you stuck with it.
Yeah, it's been tough.
And getting a very special experience that I think is going to be really good in the future.
Thank you.
Yes. So this is the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. So, the first question I always ask is, what do you do for yourself to continue to show up? And I know we've had conversations about, just like the law school that you go into and the challenges that you sometimes have, even in that law school, just like our background, similar like where we come from. But you continue to progress, I think, in life, just from what I've noticed. So just like, what do you do? Like, what keeps you going to continue to just push forward and continue to progress in life?
I think what keeps me going is, one, I'm always able to sort of find the silver lining. Okay. I've always been able to since childhood. But now that I'm over the 30 hump, I'm 34 now, the way that I continue to show up for myself is to really just heal, to accept that healing is going to be a lifelong process for me. And instead of taking that and being upset about it or having resentment about what I've been through and the things that I continue to go through, it's actually gotten to a point where it's sort of exciting to be able to marvel at life instead of be mad at it,
Yes.
So just accepting that, like, there's going to be a lot that comes forward. There's already been a lot that I've experienced, and just taking that head on and accepting it for what it is, like using it sort of like an adventure,
Yeah, that's good. And I think the adventure, me understanding you and know that you like a big nature person, like being out in nature, and it's and that definitely resonates with me as you're talking, like understanding that healing is a lifelong process. There's not like this destination that you get to.
Right.
And I know for me personally, like when challenges come now as I get older, I look at it as I hold on to it. I know what I've experienced in the past, and I got through that challenge. So now when something comes, it's like an exciting thing. Like, okay, what's going to be the way I approach this, or what is the way that I get through this? Is that kind of like what you mean by that, like being a process, and then you become excited about it? Because saying that you're excited about healing or excited, not excited about the difficulty coming, but excited about like maybe the fruit that can come from that.
Right.
That
being
difficulty.
On the other side of it, having experienced the other side of like hard times so many times.
Yes.
And coming out on the other side of it, you know, just it gives you something to look forward to even when it's hard. So being able to still have optimism in the midst of it, you know. As far as nature goes, like I love nature. I always have since being a kid. Being told to stay inside was like a punishment for me. Like I was like, we got to stay in this house. So just rekindling that love with nature after experiencing the Army. Like I think back, like I even sought nature on deployments. Like I would go on runs in Kuwait early in the morning to see the sunrise, and it's like, how do you make a desert beautiful, right? But there's beauty in it because nature is just so freeing, and it's like a way to be reminded of how small our problems really are, right? It puts things into perspective real fast when you're deep in the mountains and you have to focus on survival and not what's going on back in the world, you know. So
it kind of like helps you like unplug from what's going on,
right?
You can kind of become one with nature. And I think another thing that's for me that's beautiful about nature is it's not really crying out to anyone or asking for anything. It's trusting the process,
right?
And it continues to grow. Like you know, these trees. We're looking out at trees right now. There's no leaves on them, but they'll be back, you know, when that time comes.
Right. Like I think I like to use an analogy. Like I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, right? So in Harry Potter, there's like a room of requirement, and it's where Harry Potter goes when he needs help for helping Dumbledore, right? But I look at nature as like a room of requirement. Like when you go out there, it's a very personal experience. It gives that person what they need. So maybe one day you and I go out hiking and I need to see beautiful birds, and you might see mushrooms, you know, but it's still seeing what you need to sort of ground,
so
you know.
That is so good, and that's like in life, and I think that's something big in relationships is understanding everybody needs something different within a relationship,
right?
You know, and if you go out and you say, well, those birds are beautiful, and you so focused on forcing this person to see the beauty in the birds, that's what you needed. That person needed the mushroom. Right. But the intention was for both people to experience beauty.
Something.
To experience something there. So that's really good. And I can say for me personally, I I grew my locks out, and I often when I want something or I'm hoping for something, I'll go plant a seed, like a normal regular seed. And allow that patience to know that that seed is grown into a flower or whatever it is. And it just reminds you, like, you just be patient and stay with the process. And it's like nature working naturally, and kind of like take that on. So
like plants are life, you know, and being able to watch things grow, like, and to know that you're growing too. Right? So,
that's really good. Anything else you want to share?
I think we're good.
About showing up. Okay, so that was really good. So if there's somebody who listened to this and what you shared resonated with them, what is like some advice you would give to people? Or if a person find themselves in a difficult time and they're like, man, I don't know, because I know you, without sharing those things, personal things, I know, I mean, we both met during a very tough time, I know, in my life, and you was dealing with a tough time,
right?
You know, and we've made it through that, you know, not saying we made it to our destination, but we sitting here together now, we can celebrate that we went through something that we weren't in control of the outcome,
right?
You know, so that can be hard sometimes, you know, but you made it through that. There's gonna be another challenge on the way. I mean, you about to get through law school, you know what I mean, and not in like the most comfortable environment or natural environment for you.
Right, it was tough.
But you're about to get through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's other people out there that's going through difficult times. You know, principally, it's like it's a hard time for them. So what is like something you would advise a person?
I'll give some advice based off of where I am currently today, because I think that's like to heal emotion is probably the most authentic way. And today on my drive, I was thinking, you know, I've always been a truth teller. Even when I was a child, like sometimes kids are they're telling the truth. Kids are usually telling the truth, right? Because it's a blank canvas. Their intentions are good. But I remember as a child being a truth teller and being told to be quiet or to hold other people's secrets for them, you know. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, we all know the truth hurts. So my advice would be that to anyone that's ever been a truth teller, or if you are a truth teller, to keep telling it, you know, to show up as yourself no matter the environment, and to make sure that your intentions are good and pure. And from that aspect, those who can't receive your truth, that maybe it's time to change your environment or shake it up a little bit. Yes. You know, really I'm definitely a believer of sometimes things gotta burn in order to be healed. You know, and a lot of times in our families, there's so many secrets being held that we don't even tell each other what we've been through. And sometimes the truth is like that door to healing.
Yes, the truth is that door to healing.
Yeah. That
is really good. Yeah, that was really, really good, and I really appreciate to be the truth teller. Show up as yourself. I think that's so important. Yeah. And you capped it off with something I truly believe 100% is important, is getting to a place where you can trust your own intentions.
Right.
And you start that by taking small. I think for myself personally, taking small things and building up my trust within my intentions. And then your intentions are in the right place. You don't have to do a whole lot of explaining.
Right.
And that kind of, because, people have this perception, but I feel like perception, I just started this the other day, perception is almost like the enemy of authenticity.
Right.
Because you're being authentic and a person perceives it as something different, and now you can't really tell your truth or be your truth because of perception, when perception is not real at all.
Right.
That's just what somebody's making up in their own mind.
Yeah,
when they could just have a conversation and just talk.
Like the perception is reality.
Yeah, I hate that.
I hate that too.
I hate it. And I think
it
comes back to what you're saying. Showing up as yourself and your intentions, and understanding that your heart is in the right place, and you can be at peace with that.
Right. Because I think when you're older and you start to have conflict between who you are and who you show up as, it's like you were taught as a child to deny the truth in yourself. And we keep doing that as adults until you actually are able to stand in your truth and to know that I'm a good person. Yes. Why would I be saying something that isn't isn't true or helpful or anything like that? And as kids, you can't defend yourself. Really. You can't stand on it and move on. You know, but as adults, you can.
You can.
Yeah. And I think we have. We definitely have a duty. We owe a duty to ourselves.
Yeah, yes. To ourselves. That's so good. Like you owe a duty to yourself.
To yourself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that you're not forced to live in conflict between who you are and who you show up as.
Yes. And
that's a weird feeling.
Yeah, and I feel like adults shouldn't be afraid to have a difficult conversation.
Right.
We're adults. Right. And people get disappointed, feelings get hurt, but you're an adult. I mean, you got to be able to manage that. You can't just you hurt my feelings. Like, okay, I hurt your feelings. I can apologize if I was wrong, but you have to. We got to show up as adults and have these conversations.
And I agree with that. And I think a lot of us just don't have those examples sometimes.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
exactly. Don't have the examples.
We don't have the examples of adults talking stuff out as opposed to talking about each other and around each other. So it's good to have conversations.
It is, and that's what this is all about. That's what the show is all about. Is just trying to put something out there, get people thinking differently, and sharing our experiences. So. Yes.
I would say keep showing up, like keep telling the truth.
Yes. Just keep showing up and just keep telling your truth.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kashayla.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks everybody for checking out the show. Until next time, peace.